We're trying to get to the source of where maybe the polemics are coming from and what's the point here. So the serpent, a very interesting example of polemics in Genesis, not previously noted by those investigating Mesopotamian influences on Genesis 1 through 11, that's chapters 1 through 11, was the transformation of the Apkallu Oannes. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Oannes, or
right, Oannes, yeah.
Oannes,
Oanadop, all sorts of, yeah.
Okay. Of the Apkallu Oannes into the serpent of the Garden of Eden. The serpent of Genesis 3 was very unusual, an unusual creature. The serpent had the capability of speech, carried on conversations with humans. He was the wisest of all the animals and the agent by which primitive humans acquired the knowledge of the gods. Apparently, the serpent initially had legs and could walk. For at Genesis 3:14, God's curse on the serpent was that he would henceforth crawl on his belly in the dust. The parallels with the Apkallu Oannes are evident. Oannes, who was half human and half fish, could, like the serpent of Genesis, walk and speak. So would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, there were Oannes, the half fish, half human, is an interesting character. After I wrote Berosus and Nessus, though, I noted another interesting parallel to Babylonia and Assyria. There's a creature that's depicted all over the front gates and walls of the palace at Nineveh, I believe. And it is half dragon, sort of serpent, and it's got horns, and it has legs. It's kind of a walking serpent. It's possible that that imagery may have also influenced the biblical account. There's also a little bit of an echo of Timaeus, though, Plato's Timaeus, when he described serpents as the lowest of all creatures because they didn't have legs and they had to wiggle on the ground. So in Plato's myth, he said that if you were human and you were really, really good, then your soul could go up into the earth. But if you were bad, then you would be reincarnated in another life form, a lower life form such as women. He was a bit of a misogynist. Or else a little bit below that were birds or animals with legs, or fishes they didn't even have legs, they were down in the water. Clams were below them, but really the lowest were these serpents because they didn't have any legs. You could get demoted to being one of these legless serpents in Plato's scheme. So there could be an echo of Plato there also.
Interesting.
Especially since he also talked about eating the fruit of the tree as a sexual metaphor. So there's a couple specific echoes in Genesis 2 through 3 from Plato's Timaeus.